Good morning, TK through second grade students. Today we are going to learn how to draw a monarch caterpillar. It is caterpillar season, so let me show you what inspired this art project. Hey class, I'm in my backyard, and this is a milkweed plant, and I was so excited to discover that there is a little caterpillar right under this leaf. So a monarch butterfly laid an egg, and then the egg hatched into this caterpillar, and he's been munching on milkweed, and then he will turn into a chrysalis and then hatch as a monarch butterfly. And I just think he's so sweet. All right, let's get started. For our caterpillar, we are going to start about in the middle, maybe a little bit above the middle of our page, and we're gonna do a long horizontal line. So I'm gonna make mine just a little bit longer. So we have a little bit of space on each side, but most of the page takes up the space of this horizontal line. Then we're gonna go down maybe like 2 finger spaces and do another horizontal line. Okay, that's the body of our monarch caterpillar. We are going to do a letter C for the front, so a curved line to close up the front of the caterpillar, and then we're gonna do a backwards C or curve to close the back of the caterpillar. And I'm actually gonna add one more line, a curved line here, the letter C, and that's gonna be the head. I didn't do that here in the sample, but now I think I want to. All right, let's do the stripes. So caterpillars have white, black, and yellow stripes. So we are just gonna get started drawing some stripes. I'm using a black pen. You can use a black marker, a black crayon, a black colored pencil, or just a regular pencil if you want to. Okay, I'm just going all the way across. And I'm trying to make them a little bit thicker, so I'm going up and down a couple times so that they're not super skinny black lines. Color in the middle a little bit. They don't all have to be exactly the same. Some can be thicker, some can be thinner. Some can even be shorter and not go all the way to the bottom. And I actually might go back and add some of those shorter stripes, because some of their black stripes, I was noticing, just come about halfway down. So I'm gonna go back and just do a black stripe that goes, well, farther than halfway, almost like a little bit farther than halfway, maybe like 2/3 or 3/4. So I'm just gonna go back in between and add a smaller stripe. In between each of those longer stripes. And again, they don't have to be perfect, and they don't all have to be the exact same length, because even on the caterpillar, they're all different. All right, we are going to add some feelers on the front of the caterpillar and on the back of the caterpillar. And these kind of curve. So I'm gonna curve out the black line, and then I'm gonna thicken that line up just by drawing over it a couple times. That one I started on the body, but the other one I'm gonna start at the top because it's behind. It connects to the behind, the back part of the caterpillar that we can't see. I'm gonna thicken that up a little bit. And then we'll give him or her some little feelers in the back. And again, I started this one at the line, but this one comes onto the body. Okay, we are going to give our caterpillar some legs. And the legs that are in the front kind of look like little moons, like the bottom part of a moon, or like a claw or a thorn or something. And then towards the back, they look more like rectangles. And then there's one leg way back here. That's my dog. He likes to bark. Okay. We're gonna color in these front legs black. And then for here, I'm gonna add a little black ball onto the tip of each of these legs. I didn't do that in the sample, but I wanna do that now, so I'm adding it. And I didn't do this in the sample either, and I don't even think that the caterpillar, you can't see their eyes, but I'm going to add an eye because I just want to. You don't have to add an eye if you don't want to, but I feel like it needs it. Okay, so caterpillars caterpillars eat milkweed, which you saw in the video. So we are gonna add a milkweed leaf here behind the caterpillar. And so milkweed leaves are long and skinny. So I'm gonna do a curved line underneath the caterpillar. And then I'm gonna do a curved line above the caterpillar. I just drew right over his or her feelers there. I am going to do a center line, but I'm gonna stop at the caterpillar and pick my pen up and then continue on the back. And I'm actually gonna add some veins in here too. So veins are just like how the water gets through the leaves. So the veins are curved lines that are going from the caterpillar's body to the edge of the leaf, kind of curving towards the tip of the leaf. All right, I'm liking that a lot. Okay, now I think we're ready to color. I'm gonna add one more little milkweed tip just to kind of add some interest. So they come to a point like that, and then we'll draw that center vein, and we'll just do a little bit of the curved veins there. You can add more leaves around too, like if you wanna add some leaves up here, it would all be framing our caterpillar. Okay, caterpillars have black, white, and yellow stripes, the monarch caterpillars. So I'm just gonna go through and add some yellow on top of my stripes here, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like in any specific order or pattern. I'm just gonna like add yellow here and there, because then it will look a lot more realistic. All right, I'm liking that. Oh, and I'm gonna add some yellow on these legs too. These little rectangular legs. Okay, for the leaf, I'm gonna choose a couple different shades of green to overlap. And I'm gonna use turquoise too. And I just like to do this like we've talked about in class because it just makes it look more realistic if there's more colors layered. In nature, anything you look at has just so many shadows and light hitting it, and it's just so much more interesting if we can layer color instead of just using one color. So here I'm starting with the light green, and now I'm gonna go to the dark green and just go right over my light green. And it can be any colors of green that you like. You can even go darker. And now I'm gonna do with my turquoise, do a third layer. So I would continue to do the entire leaf just like I did here with layers of color. And for the background, I'm going to use a blue, and I'm gonna use the side of it. And just like we've talked about before, it just gives it a nice texture and makes it a lot faster for filling in big spaces. All right, before I end the video, I want to talk a little bit about his or her head. I think I'm going to color it yellow. I didn't do a head here, but for this one, I just want it to be a yellow head. You can do your caterpillar's head a different color if you want, but that's just what sounded good to me. Okay, so once you're done, all done coloring, it's going to look like this with the blue sky and the layers of green in the leaf. And thank you so much for watching. You guys, I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.